I think the thing is, they've sort of got into the vibe now that they believe.
Right now, he stands in good contention for a spot. And Shanahan off the line, ready to try and move his way through the competition. Through the gears he goes, big clutch pick initiation for Connor Shanahan. Hammers down, absolutely flying, and you can see they've turned that car up to 11, but Zacharil knows what he needs to do, wavers up onto the side of Connor Shanahan's GT86 as Marco Zacharil with the door gets slammed shut in his face, and Zacharil makes a massive error as the car stops drifting completely and comes to an almost dead stop on track. What has happened to Zacharil? It looks like the rear wheel potentially hanging off their car. From my point of view, I got a sneaky little shot across the view out of the commentary tower, and I can see Zacharil's car dead on circuit.
Yeah, it's got a rear suspension
Welcome
failure.
back, Dave.
Thank you, Ian. I really hate being right, man. I was saying in the pre-show there, I was saying, as Connor Shanahan does move through to the top 8, he's having a dream weekend right now. So we've got an old school A86 again, against the new school dialed in. Clemens is still getting used to his car, but it is super fast. 2-litre Nissan engine coming through the gears, 660 horsepower on that little Corolla. And Adam Zalewski's struggling to keep with it. Gonna start closing the gap here as they come through the first corner. Adam Zalewski's starting to just play with a little bit of proximity as they come down the hill. Look at this line though from Clemens Caudier, very nice. Can he get to the outer zone? You bet he can. And now Zalewski starts to make that proximity happen as they come through the center section. Real decel zone here. You can see Clement fighting with the steering wheel in the car to keep this little Corolla on track, but it is so fast and so twitchy, but he's doing an amazing job and an awesome job in qualifying to get himself to this position. And Zalewski's toying with him now, trying to put that big dive in at the end. Makes a good go of it, and a lot of proximity for the 21-year-old Polish driver across the line. He finished 4th yesterday evening. If you weren't watching yesterday, well, let's see now. Zalewski's in the lead position, and it is going to be Caudier in the chase position. Caudier's got to keep with him here in the first corner, and he does a very shallow transition from Caudier. He's going to put him on a weird line here. He's going to have to back off a little bit. Risk didn't pay off. He's got a little bit of time now to get back into this, but Zalewski's going very wide, and he makes it work. Zalewski's found his groove here, going through those outer zones. He's getting it better and better every single run. Caudier's got to make a move here. He's got to get up onto the door of that bright yellow GT86 very soon, and he does. Starts to make a little bit of, but look at that. Zalewski's so clever again. Very little wheel speed coming out of the hairpin, and he pushes that 5-car length gap. He's been doing that all weekend. The drivers are going to have to start figuring it out because he has got this track dialed right now. I think that's a spot in the top 8. As it slides all the way to the right. Zalewski goes into the top 8.
Yeah, well, he's been getting stronger and stronger every single run of the track, Dave.
Well, prompted as the more successful driver, as the more accomplished driver to win this battle. But anything can happen in the next 2 minutes. Here we go. Shanahan in the lead. He's so fast out of the blocks. Can Courier keep with him? Yes, he can. Courier's right with him as they come down. He's making a big dive down here. Will he actually be able to make it happen? A little bit of understeer from Courier in the chase position. He's on the wrong line now, but he might be able to just make it work into this corner. He's still in this battle. He
certainly is still in the battle, Dave. The proximity sensor not even a lit, though. It just goes to show you how far away Diego Correa is from the side of Jack Shanahan's GT86. He emerges through the smoke to put wheels up on the inside of the curb as they come firing down into outside zone 7. And Diego Correa makes a last dive. He shortcuts the circuit, looks for the door, just about avoids contact with a back bumper.
Very talented driver. To be with these guys till the end.
Well, there we go.
Here we go. Shanahan now in the chase position. You can see him pull a gear and go off the start line. Watch the gear change on the sequential gearbox. 3rd gear, 4th gear, and then flick in and right on the back bumper of Diogo Correa. Look how close Shanahan is here. He's in the smoke screen though. He's going to have to try and get on the inside to see a little bit, but he's coming in very fast. Correa. Oh, and Shanahan hits the barrel. He's hit a barrel. Has it caused damage to Shanahan's car? He's now dropping back a little bit. Hopefully that car is still okay. He's broken a wheel there earlier yesterday. Is there going to be a same issue here again? Correa looking pretty strong. Shanahan not being able to catch up to him. Is there an issue with Shanahan's car? Is he holding back a little bit here? I'm not too sure that car is 100%. I think Shanahan driving a little bit wounded here, but he's still staying in the fight. As they transition back, Shanahan does make a big dive into that last corner and does get the proximity across the line. Drama from the off. Let's see what the judges think. And that is the way they've swung. Jack Shanahan goes in the top 8. And now, will it be Cherba or will the dream weekend for Axel Francois continue? He put the line. What a character, an amazing guy to be around in the pits. But Axel Cherba, he wants to get back into this championship fight. He's got to run away from Francois here.
He's certainly going to try to, Dave. Look at this. He gets a wheel up on the inside. Does Axel Francois in the smoke screen. He's going to struggle to see where he's going. Left foot brake from Axel Francois. He's going wide. He has to take a void in action of that curb and that barrel down on the inside there. Now he starts to fall away. from Benediktas Čurba, as Čurba puts in an absolutely incredible lead line at the moment, fulfilling all of those clipping points. Axel Francois makes a dive onto the back bumper once again, gets lost in the smoke from Čurba as Čurba hammers down, pulls away over the curb, he goes and down the hill. Axel Francois going to make one last chance at a dive up onto the door of Benediktas Čurba, and he gets there, but too much too late. Across the line they go.
Woo. Axel Francois.
No, exactly. Hot and heavy, though, at the moment for these boys, because they have one run in the bag, one run left to go through the gears. Axel Francois, big flick, initiation. Benediktas Čurba needs to just put down a nice chase. We know that Axel Francois' lead line is absolutely incredible. Look at that, no such wavering this time as he gets himself into outside zone 3, but look at Čurba hunting him down right now as they come in to outside zone 4, through the middle. Look at Čurba, incredible talent, incredible skill as Axel Francois navigates them both through the tight technical part of the circuits, throws some smoke in the air. Čurba, a little bit panicked there on the inside on the curb. Bit of separation opens up as Benediktas Čurba lets Axel Francois get himself settled in that final outside zone, and a dive onto the door from Benediktas Čurba.
Wow, I have to say, both lead runs were pretty spectacular.
Francois, who's going to be? There we go. Benediktas Čurba gets the win, advances through.
From Italy takes on Christopher Baum from Austria, and Christopher Baum, he's on a dream weekend.
Well, we're about to find out. We wait to get the green light. There we go. Manuel Vaca to lead out. Come through the start line. Oh, Christopher Baum with a really early initiation. That could have hurt him, but he's going to go up on the inside and try and find the door of Manuel Vaca's BMW. And with separation opens up because Christopher Baum gets off throttle to adjust line. Manuel Vaca holds onto it. Oh, and a wobble after outside zone 3. Looks like he's going to go wide, but just holds on to the edge of the circuit. Manuel Vaca looks for the transition. Christopher Baum now struggling to keep up, struggling with the pace maybe. From Manuel Vaca's BMW out front, and through the smoke comes Christopher Baum, wheel up on the curb, bumper scraping over the grass. As Christopher Baum not doing too much of a bad job out back. And Manuel Vaca doing everything he needed to be doing in that lead position.
I've got to say, I'm very...
Austrian driver to take on the Italian, but look at the front end of that car, Dave, battered and bruised. He's had a tough weekend. It's going to get tougher right now.
You can't say he's not trying. Into the first corner they go. Christopher Baum spinning wheels into that first corner, leaves Manuel Vaca for dead through that first corner. Massive pace in that carbon Kevlar BMW as he comes down the hill, a little bit wide there, but he's going to get to that outer zone just about. Now this is the part where a lot of drivers are falling apart, but he stays right out, full throttle. Can he get in there? He can. Christopher Baum leaves Manuel Vaca right out on the edge of the circuit, and Vaca's in the wrong place altogether. This battle is swinging back the other way as Vaca makes an incorrect transition, and now he's also straightening. Vaca cannot get the car to go sideways again, made a massive error in the chase position, wildly back on throttle, and he may have an impact here if he doesn't calm down. Manuel Vaca goes right up onto the front wheel of Baum's car, but I think Christopher Baum's stolen that right at the end.
Wow.
Ever a hometown hero go through to the top 8. Yes, it is. We have, and it's brilliant that they do, because they can see things. We're watching it from an entertainment point of view. They're watching it from a judging point of view.
Coming, because that could really switch things up right now. Yeah, Mikolai now sits on the start line, ready to go. They are through the chicane, through the gears they go, and look at the concentration on Heidrich's face as he absolutely screams away.
I just saw raindrops on the windscreen of Max Heidrich's car as he came up towards that first corner, so that could play a part very quickly here if we start to see this track get a little bit damp. And oh, Heidrich, how does he stay in it? Over 90 degrees, and somehow does he stay on the track? Does he drop wheels? He is the craziest driver to watch on any circuit he goes to, and at the moment Mikolai has no answer whatsoever for the speed of Heidrich, and I thought Heidrich has gone off the track. Now the question is, are we seeing a little bit of rain towards the paddock? Is that starting to creep in a little bit? We'll keep you updated on the dark clouds overhead. And I just saw a little bit, has an advantage, I think, at this point.
I think he's going to panic. I think he's going to panic and try and go for a do-or-die run here. And Max Heidrich knows what he's got in the bag, and he's going to just try and stay with him, stick with him at good proximity as they come absolutely flying into outside zone 2. And Mikolai on a very nice lead line at the moment. Absolutely flying is Mikolai as they come down. Max Heidrich, look, waits, opens the door. Does Mikolai? Max Heidrich takes that opportunity. Look at the chase from Heidrich at the moment through that part of the circuit. The way he waits for him to make that transition, bumper to bumper almost, on the transition once again. And Mikolai on a very nice lead line as Max Heidrich once again waits for that transition. Big angle pulled by Mikolai as they fire into the final outside zone. Heidrich creeps up onto the door of the Toyota across the line.
When he can restrain that aggression, Heidrich is a threat to everybody today. And it's going to be Max Heidrich going through to the top 8. Kev, I'm going to throw
now.
Well, the first time I've had a chat with him where he actually felt less embarrassed. Joe Hutunji, can he stick with him? This is a big test right now for the Red Bull Drift brother.
It certainly is. They come through the start line, through the gears they go. Oh, he's on the back bumper straight away, and Peter Vincek's S15. He knows that he cannot let him get away, and that is exactly what's happening right now. Vincek absolutely blistering pace down the back end of the circuit. Oh, Hutunji gets it wrong. Opposite drifts coming out of outside zone 3. And now Hutunji has to get himself back into the groove, back into the mode, as Vincek now starts to pull away. Peter Vincek looks incredible out front, Dave.
Yeah, but you know what? He's making errors too. He's missing zones. He's got the car so dialed in for grip and so dialed in for speed that it's actually difficult for him to drive it. It's not loose, as we would say in drifting. It's not easy to drive. An unpredictable day in Austria. On. Because we never know until it's over. Vincek's car is super fast, but I'm watching that car twitch. It is hard to drive, and he's going to drive at the pace of Joe Hutunji now.
Yeah, it certainly is, Dave. Look at that on the inside. You can see how gripped up that car is. He's wavering across the circuit. Big handbrake drag there for Peter Vincek. Jumps the car on the curb. Now starts to find the door at BMW 4 Series. As Joe Hutunji comes down into that front inside clipping point. This is a much nicer lead line from Joe Hutunji than what Peter Vincek had as they come round the hairpin. Transition back, look for outside zone 6. You can see Vincek up on the curb, looking scruffy out back, Dave. This is not the textbook chase for Peter Vincek. We know Hutunji's car is a lot slower. Look at that, up into the door, starts to get up close and personal.
Yeah, a big part of this for me is Vincek holding back. He gets the top 8, it looks likely, and it is so. Peter Vincek goes to the top 8 here at round 2 of the...
Well, hanging in the favour of Linus Ionescu. Lights light up. Look at this. Ionescu absolutely dialed in the car, looking across, chase position, doesn't want to let that lead car get too far in front, but Oliver Randalou is like a man possessed right now. Look at the distance already that Randalou has started to put between him and the Swedish drift brother. They come down, look at that, oh, front wheel lock up from both guys. Oh, Ionescu goes off track, drops a wheel, wavers massively in outside zone 3, and Oliver Randalou looking collected as always out front, just does exactly what he's been doing all weekend, does kick up a little bit of dirt in the air.
He's got a tyre off the rim.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a tyre off, he's got a tyre off the rim, and I think it happened earlier. I think he DB'd it much earlier than we thought, and I think that's what caused that big mistake. I was just taking a moment
stopped drifting
to watch, and I think it probably would have gone that way, but look at that. Oliver Randalou, based on his performance this weekend, I think is what it's looking like. Connor Shanahan, Adam Zalewski, massive heavyweight battle.
This is what he does. This is how you get around in precision, 90%. Car goes in gear, handbrake held, and the light goes green. They are off the start line through the chicane, through the gears goes Connor Shanahan, a big flick, but look at Zalewski onto the door straight away. No messing around for Adam Zalewski as he absolutely climbs up onto the side of Connor Shanahan's GT86. That's the closest we've seen anyone so far.
Wow, Adam Zalewski straight in onto the door, and he collects the outer zone. Look at this, touching the back wheel of Connor Shanahan's car as they transition back. Zalewski bullying Connor Shanahan through the course. He does not want to go home here in the top 8. And look at Zalewski. We have not seen a chase run like this in this track before. Zalewski with a do-or-die dive into those last 2 zones. Unbelievable. Round of applause from all 3 judges. Connor Shanahan's confidence. Guarantee you, once that light goes, he's going to leave. He's going to be on the back bumper of that yellow car going into that first corner. Shanahan through the gears, and look at this, right behind Zalewski. Zalewski's got pace in that car though. Shanahan though right with him, and he's got to be right with him. He's got to start making the move as they come down. Little lift as they go through there. Shanahan's got the proximity now, but a little bit of a wobble. He's got to stay wide. He's got to make a dive into this corner. Zalewski's going wide, but he nails it. Zalewski is like a man possessed at the Shanahan brothers are looking on here like they should own this track by now. But Zalewski, but now Shanahan jumps up onto the door. Bit of contact, had to let Zalewski know that he's there, but he's dropped back a little bit more, and Zalewski's on a mission into this last corner. Do or die for Shanahan into that last corner, onto the door. Look at this.
Wow, Connor Shanahan, absolutely.
It's a little technical issue there with our system, and it was 2 votes for Adam. And Shanahan definitely taking a small advantage here, but we watched Turbo take down some of the best in the business. A crazy battle at the top 8.
Well, there we go, straight off the line, no messing around. Through the gears goes Jack Shanahan, and he flicks that car in to outside zone 1, and Benedikt Gerber Looks like a replay of Zalewski and Connor. Big angle thrown on by Jack Shanahan as he comes down into that front clipping point, and that messed up Benedictus Scherber. He had to think about what he was doing. Scherber's gone wide, has to rein that car in, jumps it over the curb. As Jack Shanahan now looking rock steady through the centre of the circuit, shuts the door, and Benedictus Scherber starts to pull away as Scherber puts wheels on curb. Oh, and makes contact with Jack Shanahan.
That was a big hit, very big hit.
And that was Benedictus Scherber in the wrong part of the circuit.
I'm wondering if there's damage to the back of Shanahan's car. He shut it down. But if that is the case, and it is, I'm just going to throw over to you, Kevin. I mean, Ian spotted it there because we've had Jack. I looked at one side of it, and if I were to pick the guys coming out of it, Zalewski, yes. He goes up against Christopher Baum, the local, who's got the crowd on his side as they come through the gears into the first corner. Heidrich with a late initiation. Look how fast he is. Christopher Baum, no answer to that first corner. Heidrich on a mission. He is one of the fastest. Oh, it's a DB again. He's gone off the track.
Would you believe it?
Another DB, another tire coming off a rim, and Christopher Baum is saying, you know what, whatever, you should do the lottery, Stephen. You really should, because the people are, he's just parting the sea.
It's just, I don't know if the crowd are going to be able to handle the news.
Christopher Baum is the wild card from Austria. He could very well be ending up in the top 4 here. In his first event in drift.
Official, and there we go. Christopher Baum gets the win, advances through into the top 4.
Well, it's no better time for Oliver Randalou to make a name for himself than right now. He goes in.
At this point,
unbelievable. Let's see what happens as he comes off the line. Does Randalou's got to jump? Randalou is jumping. He's got to go now, Randalou.
Yeah, Randalou's not messing around. Randalou's looking for the back bumper of that Nissan S15, makes an early initiation, and look at this, Vincek absolutely delivers and drives away no end. Oliver Randalou sacrificing outside zone 3, waits for the transition, but look at Peter Vincek absolutely flying, nothing in it at the moment. There is no proximity on the sensor, but Peter Vincek in that lead position, picking up every single clipping point at the moment. This is textbook drive from Peter Vincek at the moment, and Oliver Randalou stares down the circuit and says, that guy is super fast.
There's absolutely nothing you can do about that.
Randalou now sits in the lead position, says, well, I'm about to have a few tyre marks on the floor for this car because Vincek is going to hunt me down. Look at that, jumps onto the back bumper. With Peter Vincek right now, look on the inside of the circuit, in the smoke screen of Oliver Randalou. Oliver Randalou's just trying to drive as hard as physically possible. Vincek bumps across the curb, Oliver Randalou flat to the mat right now as he comes through that second inner front clipping point. Peter Vincek holds on to it, waits for the transition. Very technical drive for Vincek right now as he waits to make the move. Oliver Randalou shut the door every opportunity he can as they jump up onto the curb. Oliver Randalou wide, opens the door once again, and now Peter Vincek sees the opening, looks for the door, jumps all over the side of Oliver Randalou's BMW.
See what happens. Peter Vincek, no surprises there. All the judges going for Peter Vincek. He goes through to the final 4. Mood in the Shanahan camp is going to be the mood of the whole venue if that cloud rolls in. We're into the top 4. Benedictus Scherber, Adam Zalewski will be one half of the Polish fellas. I'd say it will be the all-Polish final if we see Zalewski and...
It certainly has, Dave, for the lights count down, and once the bottom one's illuminated, they're good to go off the line. Scherber to lead out Zalewski. Scherber been looking for this opportunity, been failed, and finished 5th yesterday in competition. Now he has a very hungry young Polishman hunting him down as they come around the circuit, but look at the pace in Benedictus Scherber's car. Adam Zalewski not got the drive in the car at the moment. No answer. The proximity sensor on your screen not even illuminated as they bounce over the curb. Now they start to find some proximity, but look at the lead line from Benedictus Scherber. Absolutely incredible. As Adam Zalewski puts wheels up on the curb, shortcut the circuit, trying to find the side of that yellow BMW. They come down into the final turn, wheels up on the curb once again, and almost an over-rotation from Adam Zalewski. Wow, look at that.
He's going to it's very fast and has a perfect lead run, and Scherber's been known to make mistakes. Let's see what happens. Here we go, first spot in the final. Scherber got the pace for sure as they come down the hill. Look how close he is to Adam Zalewski as they come through this very, very dangerous section of the course. Oh, Scherber making a big dive up onto it. Can't afford to make a mistake here. Zalewski is so dialed on this circuit. His lead run absolutely flawless right now as they transition back. Scherber gets up onto the door, and this transition is oh so important. Scherber gets it done. Perfect, stays with Zalewski all the way through the run. Is there more proximity? There may be. Last minute dive, can't afford to make a mistake here, Chirba, as he now puts it up onto the door. Has Chirba to put himself into the final, hits Zalewski across the line. Nope, it is going to be Benediktas Chirba going to the final of round 2 of the drift final. Well, you've got to swing that heat indicator all the way to Peter Wiańczek, because let's be honest, he's yesterday's winner. He hasn't put a foot wrong all weekend. He's the fastest man on the track. What has Christopher Baum got? And again, Christopher Baum had some early initiations on his last couple of runs. He's got to be careful here, or Peter Wiańczek will drive away from him very quickly on that first corner. He's going to be able to go as fast as he possibly wants, very close to Wiańczek on the initiation. But once Wiańczek puts the power down, he starts to just dial off that little bit of angle, Peter. And he's very fast through that section of course. But Baum doing a good job of staying with him here, doing a better job than most at the moment. Peter Wiańczek collects that inner zone. Baum trying to cut the course to try and stay with him. He really wants to get into that final. What a moment it would be for the Austrian fans here in attendance if Christopher Baum could make it happen, but that transition was a little slow. He needed a little less angle there. He needed all the help he could get to get back into this fight against Peter Wiańczek. And a very weird transition from Christopher Baum. Got the car stuck on angle, and I think that might be all she wrote for that run. He's very fast here. He's got to push Wiańczek. He wants to get to his second final in 2 rounds. He looks unstoppable. And yes, he's on the back bumper as they went to that first corner. Wiańczek not getting too close too soon, but now a little bit of a wobble from Baum in the lead position as they come down the hill. He's got a lot of pace, Christopher Baum. Wiańczek's going to have to start making a little bit of a move here, and it looks like there's a fire in the back of Peter Wiańczek's car. I'm not too sure if that is the case or it was just a reflection. As they transition back, here we go into the last corner. Wiańczek looking very, very, very tight. Oh, and a big transition from Wiańczek. That is exactly what he wanted to see there. As they came through the last section, Wiańczek now on a very quick transition again. Onto the door he goes, and that is sealing himself out the back of Peter Wiańczek's car. I definitely saw fire from the back of the car when we got down to that. I thought there may have been an issue with Wiańczek's car. Top 4. And it's going to be a win for Peter Wiańczek going into the final to face Benediktas Chirba.
Well, look at this. The heat indicator, the precision, the speed, nothing going in Christopher Baum.
He's going to have to try and absolutely send it in behind Adam Zalewski here to stay with him. The clouds darken above. And into the first corner they go. Look at this. Absolutely onto the door goes Christopher Baum. He is coming alive here as each of these battles go on. Zalewski lifts a wheel. He's got that much grip in the car. Baum is a little bit wide, but can he stay on the track? He can just about stay on the track, but he needs that proximity against Adam Zalewski. His car is super fast as they transition back. Adam Zalewski collecting those zones, but missing a couple as well. And all of a sudden, those dark clouds are starting to roll in as Adam Zalewski leaves Baum for dead. And that's the moment. I've been saying it since the start of the broadcast. Zalewski's got that figured out. He knows to come out of that hairpin with very little wheel speed means he's going to absolutely be a rocket ship, and so many drivers are falling victim to it. They're about to go. Now Christopher Baum fast. Can Zalewski match his speed? We're about to find out. Onto the handbrake. Christopher Baum so calm behind the wheel. Red lights on the dash. Let's hope they don't mean any sort of danger. And the whole crowd behind Christopher Baum as they go into that first corner. Big initiation from Baum as they go into that first corner. You can see Adam Zalewski not right with him here. Big pace from Baum, but he's right to the edge of the circuit, dropping a wheel, just gets away with it. And drops 2 wheels, and I think he's absolutely destroyed a rear arm or wheel on that car. Going into that dirt at this stage after 400 to 500 runs of dirt drops, it is like it's a D-beat on the back end of the car, which to me would mean that Zalewski is going to take 3rd place on the podium because he cannot put a tire back on that car, Christopher Baum. Which means that Adam Zalewski might get that stroke of luck and actually get 3rd step on the podium. Who's going to take 3rd step on the podium? It is Adam Zalewski. Christopher Baum cannot come back out onto the track. He has a D-bead on the back of his car. Prove it as Benediktas Chirba lines up with the biggest battle of his entire drift career against Peter Wiańczek, who is 1 step away from the perfect weekend and winning round 1 and 2, which we haven't seen anyone do in a very, very long time. History in the making. Into the gears they go. Green light, Chirba in the chase position. Can he catch Wiańczek into that first corner? Late initiation by Benediktas Chirba as they come down the hill. Wiańczek absolutely rocket ship gone. He's even found more pace in the the car, and Sherba has absolutely no answer for it. Can Peter Viansek keep that car going? He's even faster through that section. Sherba trying to cut the track to stay in the fight, but he is absolutely gone. There could be an inactive chase. Peter Viansek is so fast through this section. And Sherba, I think he's shut it down. I think Sherba's got issues. I think he's got a mechanical failure, may have accounted for why there was so much separation on that. It's not the final we wanted to see, Ian. It's not what we wanted to see.
It's Sherba, and it's unanimous. Peter Viansek wins round 2 of the 2021 Drift Masters. Benedictus Sherba second, Adam Zalewski third. Look at that, Max Heidrich in 7th place, Shanahan 5th and 6th. Oliver Randalou climbs himself up into 8th place though.
Show how unpredictable this championship can be, but one predictable thing was how fast and good Peter Viansek was.